Hello everybody, welcome to Sebring for a Let's Learn the Track video. This time we're in the BMW M8 GTE. This series is sponsored by simrigs.com, so please have a look in the video description at their website. Sebring offers good racing no matter what series comes to Sebring. It's normally pretty good. There's some good high speed sections with heavy braking areas and some really technical areas where it's really easy to make a mistake. So, usual let's learn the track stuff applies here. We're going to go out there, we're going to do a couple of slow laps. We'll talk about my braking markers and my reference points, and then we'll slowly try and pick up the pace to try and show you those in action. If you're after hot laps, then please move on to something else. This isn't going to be the video, this is going to be talking about what I think makes a nice safe lap around Sebring, because it's all about finishing. If you don't finish, you get nothing. So my braking markers will be slightly a bit conservative, but they'll be safe braking markers. You can obviously adapt them to suit you. So I'll put the weather on screen now so you can see what the track temp is. I'm using the setup from Pure Driving School. So let's get out there. Right, so here we are then in pit lane in the simrigs.com BMW M8. Now, pit exit at Sebring, it's not too bad until you get to the very end of pit lane and you're going to enter the track, because when you enter the track, then that's generally the exit of turn number one. So pit limiter onto the green cones. So you're down here now, you can't really see the white line, it's kind of, the track's really bright, but can you see it there? That's the white line that you need to stay on the right of. So, keep an eye on your relative, so it's F3, it's that box in the bottom right there, that's the one you want to keep an eye on. And as you come out onto the circuit here, then this is pretty much the exit to turn number one, so you need to be very careful about when you come out the pits. So we'll talk about turn one next time by. So thankfully there's plenty of cones at Sebring, and that's what we're going to use as our reference point really. So for this section here we're going to be braking round about the 3, just after the 3. We're going to be going down into second gear for this one, and we're going to be apexing this one quite late because we want to cut it back, because there's a left and a right, so you want to cut it back for this apex, and then you want to be going around this apex. Now these curbs are quite vicious, so if you can stay off them, that's perfect. This one, there's a couple of lines that you can take around this turn. You can take the nice tight line, but the line I like to take is I like to drop it a bit deep, kind of round about where this lighter part of track is there. Then I like to cut it back at that point for the late apex, because this curb on the right comes at you really quick, so you've got to be mindful of that. And that is, it's quite a hefty curb, that one, and that will make you lose traction there for certain. And then it's the blast up this straight to the first heavy braking area on the circuit, and we're going to be moving the car over to the left hand side. We're going to be up in 6th gear at this point, and we're going to be braking round about the 4 cones there. So the 4 cones, you're going to be braking down into 1st gear for this one. So just before that, on that roundabout there, so down, all the way down into 1st gear, you're braking in a straight line, apex this one quite late, because you want to try and straight line this one if you can, because it's really easy to get an off track on this bit of grass there. There's not much leeway there. So then flat out accelerating all the way up here, you're straight lining these, nice and tight for this left, because then we're going to be braking for this one. Now this is a really important corner, this one. So we're braking here between between the 4 and the 3. And we're going to be braking down into 2nd gear for this one. So braking in a straight line and nice and tight around the first apex. And then once you get through around the apex there, you can accelerate pretty much all the way around. You might need to lift slightly. The car will want to get light on there. So then you cut that apex there and you're heading for that 2nd cone there. That's where you want to be. You want to be on that side of the circuit. So what I generally do is I brake around about the 3 cones there in a straight line, and then start to turn in at the curb. And you want to turn in quite late for this one. Again, mind that curb, because that's a bit of a hefty curb, that one. So turn in quite late there, and then accelerate all the way up here, flat out. There's a double apex left-hander, so you clip that curb, let it drift wide, and then cut it back for the second one. And we're braking at the 3 cones. We're going to be down into 3rd gear. We're going to be clipping this inside curb. We're going to be doing the same with this one, clipping the inside curb. Then we're going to run off slightly onto this section here, then down into 2nd. And then as soon as you get onto this section, you're pretty much starting your turning right. So just modulate the throttle here, clip that inside curb, then we're going to run out wide onto here, but then get back off before the grass. Up to the final turn. Now there's probably about 1,000,001 lines around this last turn. Mine differs, seems to differ every lap, but as a rule of thumb, this is what I generally look for. So you see the cones on the left, so when I get to this, the 2 cones there, that's when I turn in and brake in a straight line. And then we're looking at this rubbered section of the circuit there, so we're braking a straight line, picking up this rubbered section, and then pretty much following that round in 3rd gear. It's really bumpy on here, so just be careful, and then accelerating all the way around. The car will get a little bit loose there, and then over the start finish line. So turn number 1 now. The thing that or the best marker that I've found really is this wall on the right hand side there. So if you look at the wall there, you can see the yellow line, and the wall kind of runs down, and then there's a bit of a dip in it, if you can see. Just there's a small dip just there, just here. You can't really see it here, but you can see it back there. That's where you want to be braking and turning in. So 4th gear, down into 4th gear, we're going to be braking, turning in at that point, trying to get as close as we can to this wall. Just modulate the throttle and then accelerate out wide using all of the track. And remember, we're braking around about the 3, so we're going to be down into 2nd, apexing this one quite late. Try not to clip these curbs, they'll like to drop a little bit deep. And then apex that one quite late, and then accelerate all the way up. So we're braking here, roundabout or just at the first set of cones. So we're in 6th gear, so we're braking all the way down into 1st gear, apexing this one quite late, and then accelerating out. You want to try and straight line that as best you can. And then we're accelerating all the way up here, and we're braking in between the 4 and the 3. So we're braking there, down into 2nd gear, nice and tight around this first apex. Don't go on the curbs like I did there, and then accelerate all the way up here. The car will start to move around a bit here, that's fine. So we're aiming for that 2, so we're braking at the 3, down into 2nd, quite a late apex, and on the gas. So again, flat out. So we're going to clip this first left-hand apex, the car will go wide, then cut it back for the 2nd. Braking at the 3, down 2 gears into 3rd, clip this first apex, clip this 2nd apex onto the runoff, down into 2nd, then turn in. Hit the first one, and then we're going to be out wide onto the curbs for the final turn. So we're going to be braking and turning in at the 2 cones. So there we've got 4, we've got 3, we've got 2, we're going to be braking there, picking up that rubbered line there, and then we're just going to modulate the throttle and then accelerate round over the start finish. Now we're looking for that wall, the way the wall kind of moves in. So you can see, if you look at the wall there it is there, just there. You'll probably see it better when you're actually driving. So braking at the 3, down into 2nd gear, picking up that apex quite late, missing the curbs, then dropping in deep, turning in late, that was too late. And we're going to accelerate all the way up and braking just before the first set of cones. So we're in 6th gear, down into 1st, so we're braking hard, apexing quite late. You want to straight line this one if you can, get a good exit, because This is a long straight up here. And we're going to be braking here between the 4 and the 3 down into second gear. Apexing that one nice and tight. Hit the curb again, Dave. So accelerate hard. And we're going to be straight lining this, aiming for that number 2, braking at the 3. And then flat out again. Pick up the second apex, down 2 gears at the 3 cone. There's a little bit hot into there, so as soon as you get on there, down into second, and you're going to start your turning. And accelerate out. I don't know what lap time round here is. I seem to remember I was in the low 58s when I last raced at Sebring. Again, it's not like as quick as the fast guys. So turn in and brake at the 2. Pick up the rubbered section of tarmac there and just let it come back. So on the gas, the car will go loose here, as you can see. So just be mindful of that. We'll do one more lap. So that was a 159.2. So we're looking for that wall there. There it is. So we're braking just there, down 2 gears, as close to the wall as you can. And accelerate out, dead easy to get off track there. So braking at the 3, so down 3 gears into second. Pick up that apex late, won't drop as deep into this one this time. It's a little bit better, 2/10 up. But nice to get to the 58s. So we're braking just at the first set of cones, down into first gear. Apexing late because you want to straight line this in the exit, because you want a good run out of here, because whatever you pick up on exit there you carry all the way up this straight here. So braking just between the 4 and the 3, down 3 gears into second gear. So we're aiming for that number 2 cone there. We're braking at the 3. We lost a bit of time there, but we're still 2.5 tenths up. So clip the first apex, clip the second one, down 2 gears for the first right-hander here through this section. This is quite tricky, this. So down second gear, accelerate, clip the curb. There we go. So we're braking and turning in at the 2 cone for this final turn. There it is, so we're braking, down 2 gears, down to third gear, let the car come back to you. As soon as you feel the grip starting to come, then you can start accelerating. So a little bit quicker, should be into the 58 there. Yes. The 58, what was it, a 58.9, so could go a bit quicker than that obviously. I've not done much practice in Sebring, but that's generally the gist of what we want to be doing. So hopefully your Sebring week goes well. The braking markers in the GT3 are pretty similar to the GTE, so if you are running the IMSA series in the Merc or the Audi, then the braking markers here are pretty much the same. There's not a great deal of difference. You just carry a little bit less corner speed. There we go. Let me know how you get on. If there's something that I'm not doing that I should be doing, please let me know in the comments, and I'll pin it if it's going to be helpful to everybody. So have a good week, good luck, I'll see you later, cheers.